10. Welcome to the MBMFL Weekly Pick Show. I'm your host, the commish, along with my co-host, Jibsy. Jibsy, how you doing on this fine Masters Sunday morning?
Doing great. Probably best day in sports in a long time. Definitely best day of sports in 2020. So, we had to hit you up with a little weekly show, maybe semi-weekly at this point because we missed a week, but we're back.
Hey, we're trying our best out here, and I agree. This is probably the best sports day of all time. You got Masters Sunday in the morning, the 1 o'clock games, and then the Bills and some other good games at 4. The Masters are going to be over by the Bills game. You couldn't script it any better. So let's get right into it, and let's talk transactions.
Transaction Tracker.
Not really anything too interesting this year. The only thing I would say is, once you get into week double digits, this is when fantasy starts losing its mind a little bit, especially at the running back position.
Yeah.
Because these teams start understanding, all right, we're not gonna win a Super Bowl, we're not gonna make the playoffs. Let's play the kids and let's get a little wild. So, Kipper picking up Duke Johnson. With David Johnson, he's in concussion now. He's kind of old. They're paying him a lot of money. I think Duke Johnson is a really good snag. He's a good player. And I just think you're going to see a lot of weird shit start to happen at running back. And this is when fantasy kind of starts getting a little wild, wild west at that position.
Right. Yeah, agreed. I think a lot of the guys who aren't really performing, some teams are looking to next season, and it's just so that's a good pickup by Kipper. Good late season running back pickup, which is, barring injuries, that's a pretty rare occurrence.
Weekly picks.
Right. I don't know if the league noticed, but Yahoo calls Week 10 rivalry week. I don't know if that has any significance. I don't set these matchups especially, but it is funny that the Teflon Don plays the Thai Mans, who they love to have their little lovers quarrel. And there is a matchup of the brothers, the fantasy sports legend, against the Jibby Johns. Other than that, I don't see a ton of other interesting storylines. Find me one more interesting rivalry storyline here.
Yeah, let's see. No brother matchup. I was thinking Hittas and Toast, but you got the brother matchup in Toon Squad and Dove, so that's another brotherly matchup.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
But yeah,
Buffaloes versus the Fat Cat, battle of the curmudgeons, curmudgeon Zachy against curmudgeon Kipper, maybe.
That's true. That is a curmudgeon matchup. I need Kipper to pull that out, because if I can pull it out against you, I can tie the Fat Cat. But yeah, that's kind of a B-Dubs rivalry where they used to watch it together. So I guess you could say that. But I think the big ones are us, Teflon Don and Ty Man, and then Doves versus Toon Squad.
Yeah, that's true. We got two brother matchups. That's fun.
And all within 3 points of each other, looking like as far as projections go. So it looked like with the help of Nyheim Hines for me, looks like it's going to be some good matchups as well for rivalry week.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Yep.
So our matchup, you mentioned you obviously had a really nice Thursday night watching Nyheim Hines. To the displeasure of every Jonathan Taylor owner on the internet, Nyheim Hines was running wild, catching passes, scored twice, got you 28.5 points. A lovely way to go into this matchup. And, all year, it's not like you came out of that draft and just picked a bunch of bad players. You just have had the worst injury luck. And, finally, this is the first time since week 1 that your team is healthy.
And
all your best players are healthy.
Not seeing a queue on mine. I had to double check and refresh. Wait, there's not even one guy questionable. So, yeah, this is the week. It looked like Michael Thomas actually had some good vibes when he came back, which was weird. I thought he was just going to be a decoy, but he looked pretty good. So, against the banged up San Francisco defense, hopefully they can have a week. So no, I'm feeling good. This is the first week I'm excited to watch my team.
Yeah, I mean, my matchups are pretty good. Kyler and Diggs, a lot of people are thinking that could be a shootout in the desert. Hopefully it is. If it's a shootout, I think I'll get some points from those dudes. Keenan Allen versus Miami, that should be, Miami hasn't really been able to stop anybody. I get Mike Davis back. the gift that keeps on giving with CMC battling injury all year, and even whispers that this shoulder, it's week to week, but the Panthers are maybe about to be 3-7. At what point do you keep your high-priced running back, in a body cast and just look to 2021?
Yeah, I would think that decision comes soon, especially because Mike Davis has been so good. It's like maybe get a little trade bait or something like that towards the end of the year with Davis and show him off, put a little show pony out there, get him some good games, and trade him for a few draft picks or something like that to a team in need. Because, why risk McCaffrey? It's like he's going to be good for probably 7 to 8 more years. Keep him out and get him healthy next year.
Right. So in this matchup, I'm not going to self-fade myself. I think, you're 1-8 for a reason. I'm going to take FSL. Good teams don't lose to bad teams. I'm sticking with myself this week.
I'm gonna go with myself. The only one one question mark is Moss or Slayton. I think Slayton can have a big game, so he might go in for Moss. That's my only question mark. It's nice. I mean, Moss has been so good, but it's like, is it just almost safer to go with Slayton, where he's going to probably catch a few passes? So that's my one question mark. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm gonna go with myself. I'm gonna go to 2-8 and hopefully vault myself up in the chip standings and hopefully take one step away from having to eat it.
All right. Well, good luck. It should be a fun matchup.
Yeah. Sure.
Moving on to the battle of the curmudgeons. Zachy with a tough Thursday night, as he was one of the internet trolls that was screaming that Nyheim Hines is getting to the ball too much. And at this point, Jonathan Taylor owners just need to really lower their expectations for this season. I think he felt like a league winner when Matt went down, and that's just not happening.
Yeah, the problem with that Colts backfield is they all kind of look the same. They're all like the same size. They all wear the turf tape on the back of their arm. So like all the running backs, mainly Wilkins and Hines, like look the same. So you're always in there like, all right, I think that's Wilkins. And luckily for me, it went my way where it's like, I don't know, I think that's Wilkins, and it's like 21 out of the backfield. It's like, oh, thank God. So yeah, it's frustrating.
True. You can never tell who they are, except for Wilkins, because he's like a lighter skinned guy than Taylor and Hines. But Taylor and Hines look like identical.
Right. Yeah, it's always tough to tell who's in the backfield.
So let's see. Kipper, the plug and play on Duke Johnson is a nice pick. I don't know. I think, I don't see a whole lot left on Zachy's side that gets me too inspired here. I'm going Kipper. Just a better team.
Yeah, I agree. He just has a higher floor. Duke Johnson and Gio have turned out to be two pretty good picks. So, yeah, I think Kipper just has I think Brown and Allen, that stack is going to go off. I think Brown's back healthy. He's going to have a good game. So, yeah, I think Kipper pulls it out here.
All right, let's go to Burnt Toast versus Clifford's Cool Cats. Two managers that I've never met in person, so hard to craft a narrative here. Pender leaking a little oil. He's leaking a little oil. His team looked really good. He has Mahomes on bye this week. Joe Mixon's still out, which it feels like he's been out for a month now. What's his deal? I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Foot? Yeah, he's starting
that team too closely, but it was weird. I was like, Kipper starting Gio Bernard, and then all of a sudden he's going off, and I'm like, oh yeah, Mixon. I guess he's still out. So
he's missed the last 3. This will be the third game he's missed with a bye in there too. So strange, but he's hopefully he'll get healthy for Pender at some point. But Pender's really fallen down the rankings here, and he's going against a good Burnt Toast team, that has weapons. Connor, McLaurin, DJ Moore. He's got a pretty good team. And
Ingram's looking to be kind of back where people thought he would be. He's getting a lot of catches. They're like running him out of the backfield. He looks to be a stud.
You're right. So. He's had 10 targets the past 2 weeks, and he scored last week. DJ Moore is, man, he's been bad. Like, he has so many single-digit clunker games this year, and he was everyone's kind of darling coming into the year. I remember at one point in Dynasty rankings, he was like the second or third ranked wide receiver in all of Dynasty. just
Wow.
because how young he was and how good he's been. But um, I'm going burnt toast this week. I just McLaurin. I mean, DJ Moore hasn't been that good, but Rodgers versus Jacksonville is a smash spot. Connor versus Cincy's a smash spot. Um, beyond Hopkins for the Cats, I don't see a whole lot very exciting here. I guess A-Rob, but I don't know. I think Cats might be free falling his way to 6-4 here. I'm going burnt toast.
Yeah, I like toast too. McLaurin showed a little teeth last week. Finally, him and I guess Smith are on the same page. We'll see. I'm not sure who's starting for
He had a great
Washington,
week.
but yeah, he did great. So in a dome. So yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think toast pulls it out.
All right, let's go to Big Daddy AE versus the Luchinator. What's the storyline for this one? I don't have one. These two have met, but we'll just call it the battle of the newcomer against the Luchinator. I think
Story that writes itself.
exactly. Dude, Dalvin Cook. If Dalvin Cook's on your team, you're probably going to win most weeks. He's been absolutely a monster. He scored 50 against me in my first loss of the season in week 8. He follows that up with a 40-point game last week. The guy is just like, he's the best player in fantasy right now.
Easy. Yep. Yeah. Him and Adams are just like guaranteed hits every week.
It's crazy. Luch loses Gurley to the bye, so he's forced to start James White. Curtis Samuel's a guy who's actually quietly been pretty good. 17, 21, 26 his last 3 weeks. He's kind of been the anti-DJ Moore and the guy who's, I think, DJ Moore owners hoped that he would be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
going to go Big Daddy AE here. I think I like the Wilson Lockett stack in LA, and I think Swift's going to have a good game in Washington. I like his team. Henry, I wish he could have gotten a little more, but I like his team. I'm going to go Big Daddy AE this week.
Yeah, just a classic Derrick Henry game when, anytime the Titans play a good team, or anytime the Titans lose, Henry sucks. Like,
right.
If the game script isn't perfect, and when the game script is perfect and they play a bad team at home and win, that's when he scores you 40. Mm-hmm. But when the Titans lose or play on the road against a good defense, he catches, 0 to 1 pass and runs for 81 yards, and that's it.
Right.
I mean, that's why he's to me like never flirting with that top tier running back. Mm-hmm. Echelon, and he's always going to be like, a 6 to 12 rank running back, because when you don't catch passes in PPR leagues, your value just is so spotty.
Right. He can always go off, but yeah, he has a low floor. He can get you that 9-point game real quick.
Yep. Wilson versus Lockett at the Rams. Who knows with Lockett? That's the tricky part, is like, on his name sounds really sexy, but then you look at his actual performance, and 4 of the last 5 weeks, he hasn't scored over 10 points. Wow. It just so happens the 1 week he did, it was 53,
right?
Which is like crazy.
Insane.
So yeah, his numbers look good, but he's another just like really volatile guy, and you don't know what you're going to get. And you just, if you're playing him, you just hope, please let this be a DK Metcalf week again, and not a Lockett smash.
Yeah.
I'm going Luch. I never pick Luch, so why the hell not? I think he is Dalvin Cook. He is the best player in this matchup. Some other decent matchups, although at Chicago, though, oh, God. All right, yeah, I'll stick with Luch, but I just realized that's tough.
Right. I'm going to go Big Daddy AE. I like his team. I think Wilson, I'm going to bank on it being a Lockett week.
All right, let's move on. The hard hitters, who are now spiraling a bit down to 5-4 against Tony Horton. This is a matchup with serious playoff implications. Horton currently sits at 4th in the standings. Hittas at 7th. Hittas have they've struggled a bit. Last week was a bit of a goose egg. He found Justin Herbert, who has been a fantasy points machine. The problem has been Thielen has been really bad. 5 points the last 2 games. Kupp has been okay, but beyond Kamara, he doesn't really have a lot of good players on this team.
Yeah,
like who on this team scares you? Like starting Rashad Higgins, Gronk looked like he was getting something going, and then laid an egg last week against a really good Horton team who just scored like 170 points last week. Like up and down his team. I mean, he has Tyreek Hill on bye, so Nigro gets a bit of a breather there. But Bridgewater's been good. Metcalf's a stud. Cooks is fine. Aaron Jones is good. Kareem Hunt, for some reason, is better when Chubb plays.
Right. Yeah,
Like
he gets some catches.
The experiment didn't work when Chubb wasn't there. Hunt was literally better in fantasy when Chubb was on the field.
Right.
Then he has Waller at tight end, who's a rock-solid option. Christian Kirk's actually been kind of good. He's had over 20 points the last 3 weeks, which is really quiet, but he's been good.
Yeah, that's a scary team. I don't see Horton losing this. His team's too good.
It's too good. I'm sticking with Horton, and I think Nigro falls to 5-5 and getting into a bit of a scary spot.
Yep. Yeah, I think Horton pulls it out. His team is good up and down.
All right. Moving on next, the releasing Doves, who climbed his way out of the basement to 3-6, looking to wreck some seasons, sitting in 11th place. Although his dreams are not dead yet. You're not dead until you take your 7th loss.
Right.
You never know. A 7-6 team can certainly make it in. Looking to play season ruiner against his brother Jared, managing the Toon Squad, who sits in 8th place at 5-4. We just talked about it. He's got Devontae Adams, so right away, he's the favorite to me. Yep.
Yeah, and AB, I don't know. We'll see what he can do. Maybe he can get a few catches. They look like they used him a decent amount. Gibson's been good. Drake's, I'm pretty sure he's questionable. He's kind of been hit or miss there.
I saw that he's more on the probable side of questionable. Looks like he's going to play against the Bills today.
Johnny Smith got 950, so okay there. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it's just a hope that the Doves can that I can catch them at some point. So I'm always hoping for bad teams to take the L so I can run up on them. But I think Toon Squad, his team's just too good there. I like Adams against Jacksonville. He could score 40 easy. And Jackson at New England, probably a little bounce back game tonight, maybe. So
that's a tough spot for Lamar.
Yeah, it is.
That Bill
Sunday night.
The Ravens' offense has been they've not what people expected coming into this season from last year's MVP. I think it's safe to say that Lamar has really underperformed expectations, and that whole team has underperformed expectations.
Agreed. Yeah.
Even Mark Andrews, Hollywood Brown, all these guys people were pumped about. I don't know. People, everyone's saying like, oh yeah, like, is this the Colin Kaepernick effect where like it worked for 1 year and then the next year the league figured him out? I don't know if I'll go that far, but like, I don't know. They're not this high flying offense that everyone thought they could be.
Right. Yeah, that is a tough one. If there's one guy who could draw up a defense to stop Lamar, it's Bill. So, I just think Toon Squad too good of a team. Compared to Rhodes, or I guess they're both Rhodes compared to Dove. So I'm rolling Toon Squad on this one.
I think I'm going to go against you. I think that Jackson at New England matchup is the decider for me, and I think Brett's shitty team somehow wins this game because like every name on this list is just fucking gross.
This could be like a 96-94 win for whoever wins.
Yeah,
it could be a rock fight.
I think the Doves will just like. Death by 1,000 cuts of like Wayne Gallman checkdowns is going to win this week. All right. Last matchup of the week, the rivalry match of the Teflon Don at 0-9 against the Tie Man's All-Stars, who started slow and gives the Don a chance as Corey Davis against A.J. Brown. Corey Davis wins that matchup by a wide margin.
Wow.
And, if no one's ever gone 0-13. We don't even want to start the 0-13 talk yet. But I will say that if Tyler is the one win for Teflon Don and he doesn't go 0-13, man, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Ty Man.
Oh, my God. I actually like Teflon this week. I think Jacobs has a good week finally. He's kind of been here and there. I think Wentz maybe a little bit of a shootout in New York. But for any reason, then I just want to go with the underdog. I'm rolling Teflon over Ty Man this week. He gets the dub, and I would love to see it just for the smack talk.
Yeah, I think I'll roll with you. I'm going to take the Don to get his first win and take down Tyman, just because Tyman's starting Baker Mayfield, and I can't wait for that to fail miserably.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tyman's got a pretty good team. You know, he's clearly McCaffrey back last week changes his team into a serious championship contender.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to really hope that injury, they don't shut him down or whatever. But if he can get McCaffrey back at full health, he's got a really good team, and he's 7-2. He's certainly right in the thick of things in the playoffs. But this would be a bad one to drop to probably something you circled as a win on your calendar, a couple weeks ago when you're doing the math.
Right. Yeah, I like James Robinson. We'll see what Sanders can do being back. If he has a good game, who knows? I mean, he has been good, and there's no reason he shouldn't. But I think the Don gets it done today.
All right. So it is 9:53. Masters coverage starts at 10. Let's do some quick lead pipe locks.
The lead pipe locks of the week.
JB, would you like to go first, or would you like me to kick it off?
I'll go first. I'm gonna go TH Tony Horton, 6-3 against hard hitters. I think he puts up a big number on the hitters as JN has seen all year. Some big numbers posted on him. I think he does it again, puts up like a 140 spot, and rolls over the hitters.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to go back to the matchup of the curmudgeons. I'm going to take the Buffaloes. I think Josh Allen's about to eat today against Arizona. I think Josh Allen has that, home run capability, and there's no one on Zach's team that is a home run hitter. It's Kipper has guys like Deontay Johnson, Will Fuller, even Duke and Gio with their guys being out are really capable running backs. There's just so much more firepower on this team that I can find 10 different ways that Kipper wins this matchup, and there's not many that I see the Fat Cat winning. So I will take Kipper to reign supreme as the curmudgeon of the league and throw aside any challengers like the Fat Cat.
I agree. I like that, especially having Taylor and Burton, who Burton's been able to get in the end zone a few times this year to put up 11 total points. I think that's starting off poorly. So, yeah, I agree. I think Kipper rolls over pretty handily over the Fat Cat. So I like that one.
All right, cool. Well, JB, pleasure as always. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the Masters. Enjoy the Bills. Enjoy fantasy. This is our day, baby. Let's have a great one.
Downhill from here.
Yep. Everyone out there, let's have some fun. Let's stay healthy. Let's win some money. Commissioner and JB out. Enjoy your Sunday, boys.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Peace.